Tell me what you got. Show me what you got.
You're the original Mr. Heritage.
Original Mr. Heritage, Inka. Okay, we have a loaded program for you today, and we're going to be talking a lot about Nigerian politics, Nigerian leaders, the pretenders, and the looters.
Oh, Lord.
And we're going to be talking about people who are doing their best to elevate the country.
Absolutely.
And by the way, at yesterday, the country just turned 167 million. And I can honestly tell you that out of the 167 million population,
oh my gosh,
only about 2 million out of them are considered to be living above poverty line. Only about 2 million.
That's serious.
That is if we have to count. That is if we have to count people who are living above their means legitimately.
Legitimately, right.
We have another 5 to 10 million that you when you ask them what they do, we walk.
Well, yeah, I'm a businessman.
Exactly.
What kind of business do you do? All business.
Business. I do everything.
Everything, including everything. You see them, they're promoters, they're this and they're that. Yeah.
They sell cars.
All in encompassing, you know. They have their fingers in every pie.
Right.
And of course, you have those who are general contractors.
There you go.
That's about 5 million people. They contract anything. They can tell you they're going to elevate a house from one end to the other, and those houses are not mobile houses. You know how to do it? They take the document and say it is for sale, even if the house doesn't belong to them.
Oh my gosh.
My goodness.
So
This can only happen in Africa.
You have some men of God, Christian, Muslims, Guru Maharajis, and all those stuff. They are stinkingly rich. About 5% of them. You know, they are rich and they're men of God. And, you know, when you ask them where they get their riches and all those things, God provided, you know.
Right.
You can't question them when they you know,
throw God
mention,
in it.
when they mention men of God. You can't question them. Well, you know
Just
that.
go ahead and leave it alone. Like,
Exactly.
Is that my own 10%? I hope that is not part of my 10%. It freaked me out, especially when I hear that one pastor has 4 private jets.
Yeah.
Man.
What do you need 4 private jets for? Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ was working miracles.
You know?
Jesus Christ was working miracles, walking on water, you know, going from Galilee to everywhere he wants to go is either by donkey, walking on water, or using his feet. But our modern day pastor, they claim they can do miracles, but the only miracle they can do is, you know, amass wealth.
Right. Collect donations.
Collect donations, 10%, offerings, all these things.
Man.
Wow.
And if your church is so blessed, why don't you bless the congregation? Make sure you provide food for everybody that is hungry. Not even a congregation member.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
The community.
The community. Everybody.
It's
And make sure all your congregation have a job.
right.
Not, you know, collecting 10% from people who don't even have.
Right.
Yoruba people call them Agbala or Mary. Bale Jontolo. Somebody who collect from somebody who doesn't even have.
Yeah. Not all of them do. It's just that we
Like Mr. Obama is trying to do to us in America now.
Leave my
collecting taxes. You know, you pay about 60% of your earnings goes on tax. If not federal government, state tax, you pay them on you know, whatever you buy. They tax anything you buy. I think I'm going to have to move to Libya where they don't pay tax.
Bye.
I'm sorry, Gaddafi
Bye,
is dead.
Mr. Heritage.
I'm sorry, Gaddafi is dead.
Bye. We'll be cheering you from the corner.
Rebecca, what is going on in the entertainment world? I need to mention this before you come in, Rebecca.
Yes, sir.
And one of our guests, Fatima, attended a premiere yesterday.
Oh, wonderful. I would love to hear about that.
Well, unfortunately, Rukaya did not show up. Probably she's still sleeping. She did not show up.
Oh, no.
She was not calling. You know, but they attended the premiere yesterday. And the
Where
premiere
was it?
I think it was in Boston or somewhere in Mass. We will have, you know, been able to extract some information from either Fatima, because she featured in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
Fatima
wow.
Ishola was, I think she was in
She
the
has a
movie.
little role in the
Yeah.
movie, which is a good thing. Well,
And,
if she's listening to us, if you're listening to us, Miss Fatima, give us a call, 401
I bet they're still
769
sleeping because after the premiere at 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
I think they have they plan another party night or whatever.
After party or something.
They're probably still sleeping by now. So anyway, hit us, Rebecca.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I have wonderful, wonderful information for you today. I found a lot of articles, and I actually did not know earlier on that the government was very, very interested in the film industry because they themselves are seeing how much impact that industry is having on the economy in itself.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's one of the independent businesses that actually doesn't have time for corruption or infringement or anything like that. So if you don't work, you don't
get paid. You don't
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you want to have producers, cinematographers, and actors, and distributors, and the process of making the movie to the process of selling the movie are all independent, small business people,
Right.
Willingly, subjectively getting involved in the project
Right.
and seeing the project through. So I have a lot of information on actually government officials that are trying to change or to move the industry from just the realm of entertainment into the pinnacle of business. So it's really, really interesting. I'm so excited.
Wow, that's very good.
Yes.
That's very, very nice, something to be excited about. Because I've always thought that, except the government comes into the movie industry and actually have rules and regulations and protecting them, it's going to be hard for them to continue to strive. Because one of the major problems that they have in Nigeria is piracy. Before the movie
Right.
comes out, folks are already watching the movies at home.
Exactly.
So, and these people spend their hard-earned money and they invest their time and everything into producing these movies, and they don't make the kind of money that they deserve, and I don't think that's fair.
Exactly. I read something on that too as well, not just one, article. I mean, every single article on Yahoo News,
Right.
on CNN and MSNBC, all those major websites that talk about the Nigerian movie industry all focus on piracy and how
right.
It's really, really important to find a way to kind of put a cap on that,
Right.
and compared to Nigeria and America, in America there are laws, rules, regulations
exactly.
protecting them, and there is still piracy. Can you imagine a country that doesn't even
have that at all?
It's out of proportion. It's really just weird. I I can only imagine how those producers and directors are coping with that back home. And something so... when I read this, I heard this, I even verified it, some of my friends in Nigeria and some producers who also confirmed to this. Did you know that they actually rent movies in Nigeria?
Yeah. I know that.
It costs the same amount to buy it. Why would you want to rent it?
Exactly. Yeah, they do rent movies. Yeah, I knew that.
I was like, and they actually return it. That is amazing. Okay, that's a stepping stone for us back home too. But I'm really excited about it. I have so much to talk about. I'm so happy.
It's good to have you on, Mr.
Thank
Heritage.
you.
Seem to be mighty quiet.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to say to this. Well, since Miss Rebecca has the floor, talk to us about all the news that you might have right now concerning the entertainment industry besides the government.
Oh, absolutely. One of the funny articles that I came by that I thought would be something that people would want to know about is some of the richest Nollywood actresses. And I don't know if you actually recognize any of those names, but when I saw the numbers that these ladies were pulling in, I to myself, was like, is that real numbers? I mean,
Wow.
is that real money?
Wow.
I mean, converted from naira to dollars,
It's still a lot of money.
it's still substantial, really. And basically, what they're saying is this income is throughout their career. But I'm talking about these actresses are, I would say between 5 and 10 years ago, actresses weren't that popular in movies.
Right,
it was
right.
usually men,
That's true.
and specifically geared towards certain backgrounds. Traditionally, I mean, the actors were famous. There is a specific Igbo actor that is famous.
Right.
A specific Yoruba actor that's famous. There's a specific Hausa actor that's famous.
Right.
And with their faces on on those videos or movies, they would sell rapidly. You
Right.
know, for example, I remember we were even talking about this last Friday, where Baba Suwe was like really, really popular in the
Right.
comedy arena. If anything with Baba Suwe was on it, you wanted to see.
You wanted to see. That's true.
Because it's going to be hilarious.
Right, right.
So basically, so this is really new, and when they're saying throughout their careers, it's no more than 10 years. It's 10 or 11. It's not like 20, 30 compared to American actors who has really invested a lot of time.
Right.
And I'm so excited that women are really moving up as quick as they are
Wow.
in the industry.
Okay.
But to get to the numbers, okay, for number, let me start from number 10.
Okay.
Okay, so number 10 is Funke Akindele.
Wow.
Yes,
She's pretty good though. She came into the industry. Just rose to the top. Straight up to the top, and again, I think with her, that's where you kind of see that the educated part of her really helped her a lot, because she's very educated. She's actually she's an attorney or something. She actually read law in school, but she went into acting, and she came on really strong, and she's been doing very well.
Yes. And she has made over the past 5 years, 6. The article is saying that her breakthrough was really in 2006.
Wow.
So from 2006 to 2009, she's earning between, 34 to 44 million naira.
Wow, that's fantastic. But we're gonna get back. Yeah, we're gonna get back to entertainment. But right now, we do have a special presentation. We have the special assistant to the Oyo State Governor in Public Relations, Honorable Toye Arulogun.
You tried. At least you are now.
I'm doing better. I do. Pardon me for the wrong pronunciation, sir. We want to welcome you to African Heritage Radio. Thank you for being our guest today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure to be with you.
How are you?
I'm all right, doing good.
That's good.
Welcome to our program, Mr. Arulogun.
Yes.
And I think I got it right, because I'm not like this Nas.
That's all right. I'm learning. I'm a good learner. It's gonna get better. I promise.
Try.
Okay. Yes. Please, we want you to talk a little bit about Oyo State. We have a special flair for Oyo State.
Yes, we do.
And Ibadan, to be precise, because of the important role Ibadan has played in the politics of Southwest and in the politics of Nigeria as a whole. We remember the days of Adelabu Penkeleme, the peculiar mess man. We remember the days of, not too far, Adedibu.
Yeah, right.
And we important political figures and personalities that come out of Ibadan. And our correspondent, my assistant editor for our newspaper, the Nigerian newspaper, because we have another newspaper here. The Nigerian newspaper, Ms. Den Relay, has combed the length and breadth of Ibadan land. And the picture she sent was a little bit disturbing.
Right.
And it was during an immediate ascendance of Governor Ajimobi. Can you elaborate a little bit of what the present governor is doing on making Ibadan clean? Because that is the first no-no that I've seen. In one of our publications, we even show the Bodija market.
Some of the pictures here.
And some of the flood that actually, some of the things that were blocked by garbage and stuff like that that enable the erosion to overflow, and a lot of life was lost. So can you tell us what the governor is doing about the refuge?
Okay, well, I think there's a lot say that I think the observation is correct from your correspondent that moved out the battle. And that is, I believe also the people voted for change and give the mandate to somebody else who they believe would be able to govern, lead the state properly. Now, let me just say the truth. I mean, the state was made in a state of decadence paralysis. Without doubt, things have gone very bad. That relates to regional levels, and of course, it poses a great challenge for us as a government to turn things around. Things, have been bad for quite a while in different sectors. And you also remember that that state, it is the place that our state, even though currently claims that's our property right now. But what the government is doing right now is engaging in the restoration agenda that would take us about these days of glory. Specifically to the flood issue, yes, two things cost the flood. One, bad management of waste, and of course, people have built houses on the water channels too close to the river and all of that. And you know what I'm going to say, what I'm going to say. So right now, we are engaging in quite a few things. So not anything that this agriculture section was smart or widely known to establish ministry, a new ministry that would take care of the regional plan. It was the first act. And we swung into action. We're clearing the drainages, and we're doing a lot of money educating our people, because that really is the key in terms of waste management. And government is supporting this by ensuring that all the garbage and all the that's cleared. It's a massive challenge. I must tell you, people are setting their ways. So we are also embarking on reorientation on the the mindset of the people. And if you're familiar with it, Ibadan itself is a city built on 7 fields. And I imagine that fields naturally will have a natural drainage. And of course, our people have blocked them, and we are doing a lot in terms of clearing the debris, clearing the debris. For example, we are engaging in road rehabilitation now. Some of the roads, are bad also because some of the channels and drainages are not being cleared in the last 10 years. So you have massive waste, massive debris, in the metropolis. So that is what is happening right now. And of course, we are committed to restoring the state park. And our vision is to make a state in which we can be the best it can be. And right now, the philosophy we are operating is daily restoration, operation restoration. We are on a rescue mission right now to salvage the states. And I can tell you that we're committed to making our state back to the days of glory by delivering quality service, transparency, integrity. And we would like to, we are very visible and also measurable. And we do that with governance in terms of working in line with the international practice.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. But it seems the flood, erosion, and all those things has been a recurring thing, because we remember the Ogunpa. We remember almost all the time. Even when the military were there, they were not able to tame this erosion. And I know part of it is when refugees start blocking the drainage system or inadequate drainage system.
Right.
My assistant editor, Ms. Denrele, actually sent some pictures in that are frightening. Even before before the flood, she sent some pictures in because she lives in Ibadan.
Yes.
So she sent some pictures in, and she said we should do that very episode or edition as a warning, and we did. But few days after, probably nobody sees it, or nobody, because we were new in Ibadan. Our newspaper, the Heritage News, is very new in Ibadan. So nobody sees it. Those areas were overflowed again. The area was flooded, and a whole lot of life were lost. And it was just a shame because.
Let me also say that before that rain, the rain that you're talking about is the rain of Friday, 26th of 2011.
Okay.
Before that, there was some exercise in terms of clearing the drainage, and I can tell you the rain of Friday 26th did not affect those parts where the drainages have been cleared, which shows clearly that there was really a problem of the management of waste and drainage. Right now, we instituted a weekly environmental sanitation program every Thursday, because it's not something that you can do at once. It has to be a continuous thing. And it's yielding results. I'm sure last night there was heavy rain in this city. It did not flood. 2 weeks ago there was heavy rain. It did not flood. So it's a gradual process. But also there have been quite a few issues of illegalities. And what do you do? Do you break houses that are drainage? How do you relocate them and all of that? So those are the things that we are contending with right now. But we are not here for quick fixes. We are here for enduring solutions. Okay? So it's not something that can be done immediately. Yes, we have a short-term plan, we have a medium-term plan, and a long-term plan. I'm sure you know that the movement will go back quite a while for that kind of civilization to be done, which is what we are always lacking.
Hello?
Hello, are you?
I think we lost.
We lost him.
Hello? Well.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're still listening to African Heritage Radio. Unfortunately, we just lost our guest for today's show. Hopefully, he'll call back, or we'll try to get back in touch with him and be able to complete this little interview. Do we still have Miss Rebecca on the phone?
I think we lost Miss Rebecca too.
Wow.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we were talking to Mr. Toye Arulogun,
the special assistant to the governor of Oyo State on public relations.
And he's just explaining the reason why the town was overflooded and why many lives were lost and stuff like that. But I hope that he's going to call back so that we can complete the interview.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe...
There's another caller on right now. Hello, caller.
Callers, this is African Heritage Radio.
Hi, this is Rebecca again. The line
went dead.
we lost both of you. I'm sorry about that. We lost both of you. But next time you need to be in the studio with us.
I know, right?
You need to be in the studio with us for real, so that we don't have to deal with the loss of lines and stuff like that.
Right.
Yes, Miss Rebecca. Before the special advisor to the Oyo State governor comes back, you might want to continue with that list, because I was getting excited about the list.
All right, absolutely. And I guess earlier when I was talking about Funke Akindele, right? And she's number 10 on the list, and she made, I guess, between 2006 to 2011. They're looking at her estimated income to be 44 million naira.
Wow!
I know. And we have Chima Chukwuka.
Okay.
And she is also a Nollywood actress. Mm-hmm. They're calculating her career from 2007 to 11, and she surprisingly is making more than Funke, and she's been in it for a little bit longer than she has.
Wow.
And her estimated income, they're saying, is 46 million naira.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. And I have Melissa Chinda.
Oh, okay.
She's actually one of the students from Royal Arts Academy. Mm-hmm. That was where she received her training, and she is earning about 50 million naira.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. I I have Uche Jumbo. I know Uche for sure. I've loved Uche, especially. I would say Uche stepped up. Like I would say about 3 years ago. That was really when she started moving just from nationally in Nigeria to Ghana, and actually traveling back and forth and doing different things with both Nigeria and Ghana.
I'm sorry, Rebecca. You have to keep that thought for a while.
Hold that thought, and we'll get back to you.
We have special advisor Arulo go back. And
Absolutely.
you know how the Nigerian phone is.
The
connection was cut off. Welcome back, Mr. Arulogu.
Yeah, thank you very much. Are you sure it's not from your end? It might not be from the Nigerian end.
Ah, come on. We know you have the best system in the world. Don't worry. Yes. We combed the Bodija market. The Bodija market was an eyesore, and I know that we presented the special advisor, I think Dr. Festus Adedayo, with a copy of the heritage. Yes. We interviewed the chairman of the market, the Bodija market, and his interview is coming up in our next edition.
Right?
It was an eyesore. The market where people eat, and is a market that can qualify as an international market because everybody from the north, whatever you're looking for, you can see it in the Bodija market. I've been there before.
Yeah.
So I don't know why the market is left to deteriorate to that level. We try to interview the local government chairman, the acting local government chairman, but they gave us 5. They said appear 5 times we were there, 5 times we couldn't get him. To state his own side before we come out with our product, but we cannot wait for him for.
Okay, next time tell your correspondent to get it. I can pin him down for you.
Okay, she's going to call you. She's actually on an assignment to Ondo State now with a commissioner that is coming up on this program, but she's going to be with you in a while. But what I'm trying to say is this.
Now one of the things.
Let me just quickly land.
Understand.
What the chairman of the market said that they spend about 10,000 every day on refuge collection. They gave it to refuse collectors. That is where the local government chairman can even generate revenue. All he has to do is buy some trucks or dump truck or whatever and make sure garbage are packed every day. If the market chairman, if the association if they are willing to chunk out 10,000 daily, I mean, it is something that needs to look into. The market was very dirty. I can even email you a picture of it.
I know this particular local government chairman very well. So I'm not sure if he would see 10,000 naira daily and he would close his eyes to it just to do his job.
Maybe they did not approach him. That was what I told the chairman of the market.
Yeah, exactly. But you see, this thing is two-way. Okay. Government needs the people, and the people need government.
Absolutely.
Okay. First of all, how do they generate waste, and how do they, manage it or keep it? It's very, very important. Our people need, and that's where the major task for us is. They need to be educated. They need to be enlightened on how to do some of these things. And government is facilitating that by also providing them where to put this stuff. I know Bodija market very well, and I know that we go around every Thursday to monitor the environmental sanitation activity, okay? And if government says every Thursday, it means that we're placing a premium on it. It's an emergency situation, and we must clear it. But our people must also learn to cooperate and understand the way it is. I mean, it's like somebody weaving on the road. I mean, do you need government to tell you that is bad? I mean, so these people do all of these things, because I would rather use the word ignorance. The second thing is that, I mean, this administration is just barely 4 or 5 months old.
Yes.
And this is something that has been there for over a period. And we are working hard at it, I can't tell you. I mean, if there was environmental sanitation in this state, they get a lot of debris, a lot of waste out, and it's going to continue for a while. This problem, like you rightly said, it went from the military. So, I mean, it's a deep-rooted problem. And if there's anything that this administration would like to achieve, it is keeping Oyo State clean and ensuring that, we plan the city better, okay, turn it around in terms of the look and feel of the state. I agree with you, it's really bad, but we're looking at it, and I'm sure the results will start showing. But it's not something that can go away in 2-3 days or 2-3 months because it's been there for over decades. So it's a major task for us. We are working hard at it, and I can tell you, in a short while, when your correspondent goes around, the changes will begin to manifest.
Thank you very much. Actually, she has reported that there were a lot of changes because, as you've said, government has to do its own part and the citizen has to do their own parts. Because our cameramen went around Ibadan. A whole lot of people were caught actually, making their dunks on the side of the road. Some people were using, but for people not to be able to do that, I think the local government needs to provide public toilet or public facilities for people to be able to do that, even if they have to charge some certain amount of money. If people are pressed, I'm not saying it's decent, but if people are pressed, instead of them to do it in their own clothes, they will do it anywhere. The first time I came to New York in 1987, I saw people defecating on the street. Yeah. It's not peculiar to Nigeria. So if anybody said Brooklyn is one of the most dirtiest places I've ever seen in the world, beside Agege. And when you go to the subway, you go to
even the elevators in the subway. When you go to take the subway, it stinks. People use
in the subways. I lived in New York for 15 years before I moved out of New York. Yeah. The subway, they pee in the subway.
Pee in the subway, yeah.
So it's nothing but we don't have to copy the bad aspect of whoever owns it here.
Right. That's the point.
We want to keep ourselves clean because cleanliness is the next thing to godliness.
There you go. Right.
So we want to make sure that we keep our own environment. We want them to actually come and visit us and say, these Africans are very clean. That is what we want out of them. Not for us to say, not for them to come to and stop, even though they are worse. Right. So the Ibadan situation is something that we need to improve on. I personally have to remove those pictures out of the newspaper here. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want...
I'll tell you what, the environment is not the only thing that is in a very poor state.
But excuse me, before you go ahead, sir. Yeah. What has Akala spent about 15 billion that were returned by the federal government to him? What did he spend it on? If he's not cleaning the refugees and if he's not, what did he spend the money on?
Well, I guess you're asking a rhetorical question.
I don't want to pick on him because he was not there.
Part of that government, so I don't know.
Oh my God. Ajimobi need to probe that money because he was given the money 9 months before their departure.
9 months before?
Yeah, 9 months before the election.
Okay. So little wonders why EFCC is questioning him.
That is another matter entirely.
I'm telling you.
Explain to me. I've been told, but I've not been able to confirm this. And you are the best person to tell me this. Somebody told me that in Ajimobi's government, if you are not a graduate, you cannot hold any post. Is that true?
Well, not too far from the truth. I think the key and sensitive positions have been allocated to people with some level of intellectual capacity.
I think that is the way to go. For the first time, I've seen somebody
that... For example, all the local government heads, the chairman of local governments are graduates. Average age is 46.
Wow.
And I dare say that even in the cabinet, we have what I would call a dream team. We are not throwing. Remember, Oyo State is the intellectual capital of Nigeria.
I'll debate that.
All the professors.
That's debatable.
All the professors in Nigeria came out of the University of Ibadan, whether they come from any other state. But this is where we groomed them. This is where we baked them. And of course, what government has done, or the governor has done, is to put together a team of people where at least there's some minimum standard in terms of intellectual capacity, which can facilitate, so many things in terms of your output. And I dare also say that sometimes it's not totally acceptable to the people, especially, from the politics and politicians. Yeah. But that's the way the governor has designed it, and I think he's keeping to it. Sometimes, yes, It might not be too palatable, but I think it's a philosophy that is working and would also deliver the dividends of democracy. But I must say also at this point, we were talking earlier, sometimes I wonder really if our people are ready for this change. There's a lot of sacrifice that we must engage in, we must give. We must pay, no pain, no gain. It can't be business as usual. And therefore, it has to start from the kind of people that are holding positions. So that is very, very correct. But of course, you know that at some levels, you need to whittle it down, but I can tell you all the key positions, major positions, at least from the local government level, they're all graduates.
Wow! Look, I want to bring you back. I have to bring you back because I've not rattled you since, and this is unlike me. I've been agreeing with you.
I'm not easy to rattle, even if I say so.
No, seriously.
That's with this. I'm a member of the Dream Team.
Oh, okay. Even Obama's Dream Team.
I'm also a broadcaster, so I know.
Oh yeah. Well. There's nothing good. Or nothing better than investigating the investigator. You know that?
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm bringing you back. Definitely, I have to bring you back. We will look for sponsors to bring you back. Right. Believe me. And if you are gonna, if you are gonna be magnanimous to give us more than this 20-25 minutes, we'll.
Anytime. I mean, we are here to. We are running a transparent government. We'll actually let us know what we're doing.
To be honest with you,
anytime will be good.
Oh, to be honest with you, I've not heard much about Ajimobi's bad behaviors and stuff like that. Everything I've been hearing from my own people on ground is that
pretty positive.
He's been positive, and I hate that. I don't like that. You know why I don't like that?
I don't like it. You know what?
You know why I don't like it?
To hear negative things.
No. Even negative things can be qualified because when you're doing something positive, it's negative to people who are looting. If you're cleaning up, it's
okay.
negative.
Let me use this opportunity to even tell you what people are saying, and this is very important. If your correspondent does his or her job well, she'll find out that a few people or some people feel that we are rather slow, in terms of getting to where we're going, and they want to see more action, more this. But what I say to them is that, you don't build a house that is crumbled on a bad foundation. There's a whole lot that we need to do in terms of digging deep to know what exactly the problem is, because sometimes the apparent problem doesn't seem, and it's not the real problem. So, and like I said, this is a government of intellectuals. Everybody's taking his own time because it's about strategy. It's not quick fixes. It's not, one fix or, not one measure that can solve all the problems.
It's not a fire brigade approach.
After 4 years, everything would be less like we are talking about taking Oyo State back to its glory days, and we're leaving an enduring legacy. I can tell you it's not something that we can rush, but things are beginning to happen, and I'm sure the people are happier.
In a minute, can you explain this? I know we don't want to sound prejudicial here. Ajimobi was taken to either the tribunal or the court because he has a dual citizenship.
Yeah, dual citizenship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dual citizenship is something. I was an immigration officer before I even left Nigeria, and that was some 20-something years ago. And I knew that dual citizenship is allowed in the country. At what point has it become a problem in the Nigerian Constitution? That is, I've tried to check the Nigerian Constitution. It was very silent on that. So, at what point? What was the beef? Because I asked a lawyer in New York, a Nigerian lawyer in New York. We combed the Constitution together. We did not see anything. If nothing is, if something is amiss, it is the Constitution of the United States that says that a United States citizen cannot hold or vote in another country. And if he's a United States citizen, that is between him and the U.S., not between him and Nigeria.
And Nigeria, correct.
Exactly. I mean, two things. One, His Excellency Senator Abiola Ajimobi has stated clearly that he doesn't possess a dual citizenship, and that is it. And the other part of the question, we really should be asking those that have gone to court based on that.
We've tried to bring the PDP guy here.
We would wait for the judgment of the court, on that. Since it's in court, I don't think it's something that we can.
Exactly.
That is why I'm also saying that, yes, the governor has said clearly that he doesn't have or possess dual citizenship.
There's a text message that was sent to me that says that apparently they were trying to call in.
Yeah.
But we don't want them to jam you, so we because they would not allow us to ask you any question. Anyway,
yes. Next time, just call me. Put the lines open for them.
We will do that when we have an hour to do this.
Yes.
Somebody sent me a text now and says that don't steal. The government hates competition. He said, don't steal.
No.
The government hates competition. Then he said, will the ACN government of Ajimobi be like the Akala government of the PDP government of the Akala, because Akala robbed us silly?
No, it certainly will not. And I think it's beginning to show. First of all, let's look at the composition of the cabinet. It's what the government refers to as a rainbow coalition. We even have members from other parties in this administration. Okay, and I think that's a demonstration of the fact that the government is willing to partner with, other parties or competition in quote. That is what is on the ground, and as a matter of fact, we have representatives of other parties in this government, both at the House of Assembly, which the people decided, and even at the cabinet level, at the local government level. And some key positions also have been allocated or allotted to members of the opposition, in quote, or competitors, like you put them. But what is important for us, is also that we are not here to stifle the voice of the opposition. I can tell you, in the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State, there is, people are beginning to say, yes, there's fair hearing for everybody. Okay, this is not the era where we will not allow opposition any form of airtime and all of that. During the election, no opposition was able to, advertise or on the government-owned media, and that has changed tremendously right now, and people are already commending us for it. Now, in this business, honestly, you got to listen to the other side. You might not agree with them, but they will form your sort of sounding board. It will also be a way for you to hear, if you're doing well or not. They don't necessarily have to be right, and we don't need to defend ourselves. We'd rather present the situation the way it is. So competition, opposition, I think it's good for the game. It keeps everybody on his or her toes. And if you know that there are people out there who will tongue lash you or will give you, a good bashing when you do things that are wrong, but sometimes the truth is subjective.
Well, thank you very much for all you've been able to do, and we will call it a day today. But we are bringing you back. If we do not have enough sponsor, we will source for the money ourselves. We have to bring you back. Well, I'm sorry, listeners out there, especially the Ibadan group in Rhode Island and Mass. When we bring the commissioner or Mr. Arulogun back, he will be able to explain better about what you were sending me to ask him.
And be able to take questions.
He will be able to take more questions from the people, and we will have more time, probably an hour, and that is a promise. And we will do it. It's going to be this year. Right. If he has the time for us, we'll bring him back. Thank you very much, Mr. Toye Arulogun.
Okay, nice having me on the show. It's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, you're still listening to African Heritage Radio here on WNRI 1380. My name is Rosemary. With me in the studio is Mr. Temitope Amushan, and we do have our correspondent out. Our entertainment correspondent, Miss Rebecca, on the phone as well.
I think we just lost him.
Oh, did we lose that?
Wow. It's been like that today.
Yeah, she's going to be back.
This is African Heritage.
Caller, you're on.
I think, caller, you're on. I think she's gone again.
Wow. We'll be all right. I know she's going to try to get back with us, and that way we can continue with the entertainment program. Meanwhile, that was a good interview with Mr. Toye Arulogun. Did I get it right this time? I think I did.
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it locked. Don't you go anywhere, because we'll be right back on African Heritage Radio.
Hey, Jenny in the house, man. This is it. This is the height, man. This is the height. Jenny! That's all. You guys never saw it coming. Chop, the jags on the beats. Despacito, ya pass me the lager. I got my street cred the way I use my sharp dagger. Me they use hand but with my luga then scream louder. Choose to finger guitar than to finger my trigger. Wanna leave free to see my sons and my daughter. Wanna carry them on my lap like a father. Goodbye to life of terror and the life of a gangster. The lion feed they sleep, nothing say he don't get liver. You should understand me, I'm not weaker, I'm just wiser. I cannot lose sleep cause I'm my own master. My mind is so happy, so I don't need to bother. I'm who I wanna be, I don't need you to agree. I love the life I'm living, now I beg no pressure me. I know the trip for vanity, so I don't need to kill. Still a prostitute, I mean for the good life, yeah. This feels good, I'm overkilling this. Put up your fist if you're feeling this. Make you jump now good if you're feeling me. Hi, I can get very mad. I dey calm down, oh. Hey, I dey calm down, oh. Hey, nothing say this man be woo, oh. Hey, I dey calm down, oh. Hey, hey. Listen to my voice, all the body boys. This is legendary, cause this one no be noise. You bet I'm not gonna mice my words, I'm going ahead to spit it. I fear no test my eye, the word, I'm going ahead to kill it, yeah. Put your guns down, I've been there before. I know you got your reason, yeah, you wanna settle scores. You wanna win this war, hell, you wanna make a living. Yeah, things are getting hard, yeah, you wanna kill for shizzy, yeah. This is Ginny, now I'm taking it so easy. I'm happy living pretty, now I don't need no busy. I don't need to flash, yeah, I know the Maserati. You brought together chicks, yet they get to love me easy, cause easy come, easy goes, easy does it. I'm not a slave to mine, and I'm not a slave to money. The chicks and the checks come easily, just get it. My personality speaks for me, it does speak for me, yeah, it does speak for me, yeah. Peace of mind eternally, eternally, yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. You ready? Yeah. Let's go. We sicker than your average and nothing close to your regular. See your eye, they open, you suppress all this spectacular. Oh, you need to pass away now. I rest night and day now. Now. I could walk free now. No more watching my back. No more bullets flying past. All this dropping by my side. I am free now. Are you free now? This feels good now. I'm breaking no hearts now. This feels good now. I'm breaking no hearts now. This feels good now. Not making mothers cry now. This feels good now. Not making mothers cry now. This feels good now. Put down your guns now. This feels good now. Put down your guns, my brother. This feels good now. Put down your guns now, brother man, brother man. Ginny says so. Ginny says so. Mama, no cry now. I'm a better man. I'm a better man. Sister, hey, you're living on the fast lane now. Don't spend your life to buy money, cause you can't spend money to buy life. Hey. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Abia. Hey, Lord, hey, let's go. Nigga, one day. The crazy, slow diggity, big boys in the house. Let's be there. Pretend like say you there, but make una shake una body. It's gonna be here. Pretend like say you there, but make una shake una body. because if you dance galala, me I go dance war.
You see, Rebecca, I gave you something that you like.
Nothing mega. Hapo, wani, go napotano fufu. Oh yeah.
Welcome to the African Heritage Radio. Rebecca, I think we lost Rebecca too.
Hi again.
Oh, but she seems to be on.
Are you?
Oh, you can hear us? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm giving you something that you like now.
Oh, wonderful. What you got?
The music.
Wow. Well, Miss Rebecca,
Yes.
you can go ahead with that list.
We have 3 minutes to run the list before our next guest call in.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Actually, I have an even more interesting list for you. It's a little bit different than the other one. We can come back to that in a minute.
Okay.
But this actually concentrates on what the estimated, what these stars are accepting per script. What they will accept or deny when offered a new script to a movie. And it's saying that, Funke that I mentioned earlier, she's number 12 on this list, and she'll accept 600 to 700,000 naira per script.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. Mercy